Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Vice President Kamala Harris was doing a rally in Detroit. Now, Detroit and Michigan have a lot of Arab people. And you remember during the primary, when they was trying to elect Joe Biden, they put uncommitted. About 100,000 of them showed up and wrote uncommitted on the primary ballot. Well, Vice President Kamala Harris was having her rally in Detroit, and the protesters show up. I want you to watch how she tries to flex on the Palestine protesters.
2025. Look, if he is elected, Donald Trump intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations. He intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to surrender our fight against the climate crisis, and he intends to end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
Now, Vice President Kamala Harris really thought that she did something by doing that. Let me tell you why that wasn't even a good response. First of all, before that, you're lying again. I mean, like, listen, you could talk about the policies of Donald Trump, like ones you don't like. On his website, it's called Agenda 47. Go on his website and actually see what's there and then point out those policies there. And then you can go through his policies and go at him about. That's open game. That's fair. That would be truthful. But you keep saying Project 2025. That has nothing to do with Donald Trump. I'm not going to sit up here and let you Democrats keep lying. You're lying. Don't lie. Donald Trump has enough stuff you can talk about truthfully on if you want to talk about him, but don't lie. That's number one. And she keeps lying. Democrats keep lying because it's the Heritage Foundation that put out Project 2025, not Donald Trump. It wasn't even the Republican Party that put that out. It is the Heritage Foundation. That's number one. But the Palestinian protesters are at your event. See, at first they were letting you make it. Now they're showing up. Why are they showing up at your event? Because that is a policy of the Biden-Harris administration. So they thinking, well, you know what? If Harris gets in there as a president, it's going to be a continuation of that same policy. This is what Black America has been saying, that, listen, if she gets in the office, it's going to be a continuation of the same policy. Now, what's going on in Israel and Palestine, that is not our issue as Black Americans, other than our tax dollars going over there. And we don't want our tax dollars going over there, or none of our military personnel going over there. That's from our community. That's about far as we go with it, or at least definitely where I would go with it on our platforms. But what is something that we don't want higher gas prices than what we have now, food costs, interest rates. We don't want the light bills being high, the insurance, car insurance, health insurance. Everything is through the roof with this administration. Everything is through the roof. We don't need more of that. So if we get Harris Waltz, we're going to get double of that. That should be the fear that you should have. You should fear the economy in the hands of Harris. You understand? Because Biden-Harris ruined the economy that was already set up good for them when they came in. Really, they didn't have to do nothing but not touch it. Leave it alone. But they decided to do all the things they did and literally tank the economy. The American Rescue Plan is one of the main things that jacked up inflation. And Kamala Harris was the deciding vote. Congress was split on that. She was the deciding vote to put that into play, and that's what jacked up our inflation, and economists have said that. It was the American Rescue Plan. It was that. Then we want to take the same woman who made a deciding vote to basically help raise inflation. Now you want to give her 4 years? The fact is, that was her moment to tell the Palestinians that she's not the same as Biden and she wants a ceasefire. That was her time to talk to them, not cut eyes at them. So do you really think that look that you did to them was great? Like, now they're going to come out and vote for you? I've heard some of them say, we'll vote for Trump or we're going to sit it out. That's what a lot of them have already said. So now they pulling up on you because they say, wait a minute, she's part of the same administration. She don't get a pass. And they're going to keep showing up. Watch. Those Palestinian protesters going to show up. They're going to be saying something. They're going to be speaking out. They're not showing up to Trump like that because he ain't gonna, Trump going to get rid of that issue and problem. But Kamala missed the opportunity to actually win over some voters. And for her to say, if you want Donald Trump to win, just say that. Them people wasn't there for Trump. If they were there for Trump, they wouldn't be at the Trump rally. Why, y'all Democrats, y'all think y'all actually hurting somebody's feelings by saying that? You guys are just some Trump supporters. Like, bro, no, I ain't thinking about Trump right now. And if they were Trump supporters, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? If they want to go vote for Trump, what are you going to do? That's the thing you always tell them. What you going to do about it if I do go vote for Trump? What you going to do about it if I just sit the couch? What are you going to do? You going to stop me from doing it or something? It's my voting rights. And if I want to go vote for Trump, that's my right. If I want to choose the couch, that's my right, because that's my right to vote or not vote. You don't own my vote. And telling them if you just want Donald Trump to win, say that's insulting. Because they weren't even there for Trump. So that was not the flex she thought it was at the end of the day. And to cheer her on by that, y'all are silly. Y'all gonna make this woman lose worse than Hillary Clinton. I'm telling you. She should learn a thing or two about when it's time to do that and when it's time not to do that. And clearly her timing was off. You're supposed to engage them in the right way and maybe even convince them to come vote for you because you're different than Joe Biden and you're going to end what's going on. That's what you were supposed to say, Kamala. But you Democrats want wars all over the world. And not your children's not going to want to go fight the wars. It's going to be black people and other groups of people's children that's going to fight these wars. I'm telling you, you go put Harris and Walton there, we'd be in World War III. World War III. And I tell you right now, listen, I made sure that all my children would be good. So if they even think about drafting, my children gonna be out of here. They not going to nobody's military. They ain't fighting for them. Fighting for what? These Democrats? No, it ain't happening. I've been preaching y'all since 2018 to get your doggone passport, to get one. So they may not draft you or me, but they may draft our children. And my children not going to go lose their life in a foreign land for these people? No, it ain't happening. Nope, I already got contacts and say, hey, look, come on, let me go take you over here. And you're going to be here until these people get out. Because I don't want them to even messing with you. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But some of y'all black folk, y'all go vote for that woman right on in. I know some of you. Well, let me say the 2/3. We're not going to say the third of you. But the 2/3 go vote that woman in. Oh, yes, they will. And then they'd be crying when that same woman go sign an order to send their kids to the draft because of the wars her and Biden got started. You know how a lot of black folks are? You don't realize nothing till you in the thick of it. That's usually how you are. Until they start drafting and start calling your kid's number. Now you all of a sudden, oh man, well, what we gonna do? People warning your behind for years, but you didn't listen. Until your kid is out there now. Now you want to listen. Now they want to take your little boy and put him in the military, or your little girl and draft them to go fight overseas. Then you'll listen. And if that woman get in, they do that, I don't want to hear no crying from none of you black folk. I don't want to hear no crying. I don't want to hear it. Because the only thing I'm going to say, go fight for Harris. Go fight, because that's what you wanted. That's what you voted for. Remember, you wanted this first black adjacent woman in the White House. Well, there you go. If that woman get in office, oh boy, she started a draft. Like I said, I'm not going to be mad at her. I'm not going to be mad at her at all. I'm going to be talking about y'all. And y'all going to be the topic every night. They say it's your fault why you got a draft, because y'all voted for that woman and knew she was going to create more wars and start World War III. You knew it. But you didn't care. Because remember, you've only voted for people for their skin tone, not their policies that they're running on, which she don't have no policies to run on as it is, and the policies that she was connected to with Joe Biden. But do what you do. Keep on. Listen to the sororities and the boule and all them. Just listen to them. But the boule, they kids not gonna be caught in anything. But yours, oh yeah, your kids going to that draft. But go ahead and vote for her if you want to. And we'll have that conversation on the other side when it happens. Hopefully people come to their senses and understand what this woman is doing and who she is. But if not, I don't think I'm gonna say don't cry if